Hello and welcome to tonight's LOL Esports Round Up. We're going to cover the series that took place at Worlds 2023 in quarterfinals this morning with NRG and Weibo, and then preview tomorrow's Gen G BLG showdown. Predictions, I'm 37-10. I did predict Weibo to win. I thought it would be 3-1, and we came close to that. Light went 15-12, 34% of damage, leading the way. Crisp, 3-1-34, had the best KDA on Weibo. So the bot lane went 16-3 and 46. 18-3 and 46. FBI 5-8-11, 28% of damage in the loss. So MVP-wise, I definitely had a tough one. I think you could go Xiaohu. I think you could go anybody but Weiwei, to be quite honest with you. And that's not to say Weiwei played poorly. It's just that I felt like the Shy, his Aatrox really stood out. His K-Sante stood out. Xiaohu's Nico stood out at times. His Jace in Game 3 was disgusting. Light in Game 1 really actually sealed the deal for them, in my opinion. And although he wasn't like super impactful in the early to mid game, late game securing that Baron, Light was a big reason why. And frankly, that's what won them that game, a game in which they very easily could have lost. So I'm going to give Light that MVP. But I do know that there is a case to be made for Xiaohu, the Shy, and even Crisp. A lot of people don't give supports credit, but that KDA kind of speaks for itself. Game 1, Senna TK for NRG. That's kind of predictable. They had already pulled it out at this tournament. And NRG actually put up a really good fight. Very low kills early game, mid game. They were ahead in gold at 31 minutes. Now, does that really matter at 31 minutes being up 3K gold? No, but the fact that they were still in it is a big deal to me. I think that showed that they were competitive. This was not a blowout, despite it being 3-0. Game 1 was on a knife's edge for a while there. NRG had taken objectives. Then Weibo started taking objectives, and that's when the game started to turn. And then around a Baron, Weibo were able to win the team fight, secure the Baron, and then put themselves in a situation where they're able to even out gold, be able to take some turrets in mid lane, actually push down mid lane a bit, and force NRG to be on the back foot and have to take what Weibo gave them. So at the next time where objectives came up, Baron and Drake, NRG decided to take Drake, Weibo take Baron, but Weibo now have the ability to just go down mid with Baron. NRG are trying to recall, but a fight in their base, they lose the game. So it was actually very close. It was like a 39-minute game, so kind of goes to show you that one little fight where Light did really well on the Aphelios, they take the Baron, then the next Baron fight is a big deal at around 38, 39 minutes, and the game ends up ending with that objective for Weibo. Games 2 and 3, a little more one-sided, low kills, but Weibo definitely taking it to them in Game 2. I thought that going bot side and getting the team ahead was huge. Game 3, similar deal. And frankly, it just wasn't. NRG were going to struggle in this one. Like, everybody was predicting Weibo. Weibo are the better team. It was just a matter of fact of how much Weibo would disrespect NRG, and they did. I thought Palafox's Orianna looked good at times. The other two games, not so much. Dokla looked okay at times. Other times, the Shy showed up in a big way, and Dokla cannot match the Shy. Bot lane, Light and Crisp, obviously excellent. But yeah, Game 3, it was kind of the Xiaohu show after a little while. Caitlyn Heimer, bot lane for Weibo. Throwback, huh? We may circle back. Are we going to circle back to the Worlds 2022 meta in the last week and a half? Who knows? I think that is in the cards. It is a possibility that the Heimer all of a sudden shows its ugly face again. And, are we going to start seeing Ashe versus Heimer bot lanes again? Who knows? Caitlyn is one of Light's best champions. So for him to be playing it threatens everybody. Not everybody at this tournament plays a good Caitlyn. I believe Gala is one of them that doesn't. So that's something to note. That pick all of a sudden starting to show up a bit more and become relevant. But yeah, Weibo win 3-0. Xiaohu, the Shy, Light, Crisp, I thought they did very well. Weiwei just did his thing, but I felt like he was the fifth player on the team in this one. And NRG, I mean, Palafox looked good at times. But otherwise, I mean, Ignar tried to make plays on the Alistar, but he can only do so much. And Ignar really, I mean, if you're an Alistar, what are you really going to do, right? So, 3-0 for Weibo. Sneak peek for tomorrow, Gen G, BLG. They played at MSI, and BLG swept them 3-0. Elk went 31-4-24, 38% of damage in the win. Pays 12-10-17, 30% of damage in the loss. I would argue that this was an anomaly. A lot of people wanted to live and die by this for months afterwards as being a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a standard, but kind of what they looked at this and were like, okay, we're going to carry this over to other things when we look at the LCK and LPL. Look at how good BLG did against Gen G, T1 and all that shit. They played well at MSI. They dominated MSI. That's undeniable. Bin showed up in a big way, and that was a big deal. Bin played a great tournament. Bin is one of the best top laners in the world. He is better than Doran. So going into tomorrow, that's what kind of is the deal here. So Bin over Doran, Peanut over Shun. Now that Peanut showed carry-oriented prowess once again, this past split, that does offer something that Shun does not, because Shun is only carry-oriented. Peanut can carry and play facilitator at a high level and allow Chovy to carry, which Chovy Yagao is Chovy favored, similar to how Bin is better than Doran. And then we look at the jungle role in Peanut versus Shun. I think Peanut is better than Shun. Bot lane, Elk on versus Pays Delight. On cannot play the way he did a couple series ago. He looked like garbage, and luckily for him, he showed up the next time, and they're here now. Otherwise, they will lose, because Pays Delight are an elite bot lane as well. Elk and Pays are the future of the sport. Well, actually, Elk is the future, but he's not as young as Pays, nowhere close. So it's always interesting comparing them, because they're both rookies, right? So, I mean, rookies at this tournament, as far as, like, this is their first tournament. I had to clarify that once in Discord over the last couple weeks. Rookies versus international rookies. But they're not the same when it comes to age. Like, Elk's played like 4 years. Pays is unable to, I don't know, do a lot of shit. He's only like 17 years old. So this is a big moment for him. And that's something we have to keep in mind as well. This is a big stage for both players, Elk and Pays. Actually, the bot lanes in general. On and Delight also. That is a big deal. They have to show up. Bin and Doran, like I said, they've been here before. The other players have been here before. Peanut, obviously, quite a bit. And it's going to be a tight one. I think it's going to be a big side selection situation. People are going to say Weibo won from red side 3 times, so that's a thing. Yeah, it did happen. You're right. Weibo did win from red side 3 times against NRG. You're right. And like I said when I was talking about that format on Monday, 8 of the best of ones that I thought were, I don't know, the way I looked at it, looking at their matchups, the teams are close enough where side selection does matter. And draft does matter. Quite a big deal to the result, or at least will impact the result, versus games like this one where, yeah, I don't think it even matters what side Weibo's on. They're probably going to win. So Gen and BLG, those are 2 good teams. So side selection, I think, does become a factor in this one. So that's it for the roundup. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.